6 years ago, when the Chamber started working on what would eventually become the Gateway Initiative, we were bombarded with members talking about the workforce shortage. We really felt like we were in the middle of it. Now we understand that was only the beginning.
The most pressing issue from an economic development standpoint,
which would be workforce. Collectively, we are a strong organization.
True boots on the ground every day to address our workforce issues.
The partnership between two of our chambers of commerce.
A targeted focus.
We have to bring people in and we have to train them.
Education. Transportation.
Childcare.
We need employees.
We have nowhere to put them.
My name is Ed Bushaw. I'm the Vice President of Workforce Development for the Gateway Initiative. Our major bodies of work encompass workforce development, pro-business advocacy, and community betterment. The Gateway Initiative was founded as a capital campaign.
Businesses in South Baldwin County expected the South Baldwin Chamber of Commerce to do something about it. So we got busy.
They interviewed over 80 businesses, learned their pain points.
As I researched it and really began to look into it, it's quite amazing the tangibility of the program.
The dollars that we raised would go to salaries to hire people to bring change.
People that can actually work with our businesses hand in hand.
They have relationships with the local businesses that we aren't able to necessarily develop.
Action was taken to produce, create something great, and that great is the Gateway Initiative.
It is a part now of not just our chamber, but also the Coastal Alabama Business Chamber.
Something very unusual occurred. The coming together of two different chambers of commerce under one flag called the Gateway Initiative
is unprecedented.
It made sense to make this program regional by bringing the two chambers together.
Gateway has been able to, like a laser, focus on our workforce development issues, and they have made significant progress in getting us focused all in the right direction.
The educational component is extremely important, not only to start it, but to sustain it.
When Gateway first started, they were given the opportunity to create apprenticeships. So Vulcan took advantage of that. One of our facilities, Vulcan Metal Stampings, uses the apprenticeship program today. We have graduated multiple employees through that. They have learned new skills, they have raised their pay. It's really been something that's worked very well for us.
We have a training academy that has been very active, working on continuous improvement projects for a number of our member businesses.
If we have a limited workforce, then what we have to do is improve the level of workforce that we have.
They have helped us secure grants to help train specific employees with upgrading their skills.
We're very proud of our relationship with our industry partners, helping us to write grants and to use state funding, taxpayer dollars, to fund opportunities for our businesses to take advantage of over $17 million worth of training that's available to them this year.
The great thing about Gateway is that we didn't know these existed. They came to us as an investor and said, hey, we have partnered with Auburn for grants, and we think you qualify. Are you interested? And we said, certainly we're interested. Wrote the grant and it was approved, and the rest was history.
Quite a few businesses here in Foley have been impacted. Wolf Bay Restaurant, Vulcan Industries, Collins Aerospace. One of the grant programs has actually worked for our Public Works Department, chainsaw training.
Our job is also to bring students that are in our schools to technical fields that support hospitality, marine technology, advanced manufacturing and construction.
Our partnership with Gateway has been very productive since I've been at the college, which is going on 3 years now.
The partnership that Gateway had with Coastal Community College, critical to get a 2-year college in our city. They helped by bringing the campus to the Underwood Road building. Gateway Initiative was, once again, the bridge that worked with Coastal Community College to help fill that gap and those needs for training.
I teach the guys how to do those basic maintenance items. If you're changing lower unit oils, changing spark plugs, 50-hour service, 100-hour service, bilge pumps, all the basics. We've got 2 students at Saunders Yacht Works, 3 students I just recently placed at Blue Water Ship Stores, 2 students at Sportsman's Marine, and I've got another student up in Bay Minette at L&M Marine. They go to work at those dealerships. they're already pre-trained. Their pre-employment training is out of the way, so they can literally go in, sign their paperwork, and start working on product the next day.
One of our programs that is starting to grow now with the introduction of a new instructor in South Baldwin County is our building maintenance program. How do we take care of the infrastructure that serves those 8 million people a year? There's a huge need now for that kind of jack of all trades maintenance person that can fix an HVAC system, fix basic electricity, basic carpentry, those kind of things.
The hospitality industry suffers from a reputation of low wages, long hours. A person can have a really nice income and live a very good life. We need to tell that story better.
It's a hospitality industry here. I've done this for 12 years. This is my career. I started out as a server, bartender, moved my way up into the bartender management position, and then the manager position, oversaw a few of the bars within the restaurants, and then continued to grow into management, and then GM, and now the director of operations.
It used to be that people look down upon the service industry as not high paying, but we have waiters and waitresses in our city that are making between $50,000 and $70,000 a year.
We had to do a salary survey. We did our first in 2018, and we did our second last year. There was a 36% wage increase over that time. You've got hotel managers that are making between $80,000 and $100,000 a year. You've got restaurant managers that are making $65,000 plus. The industry has changed. Benefits are strong. It's no longer a 100-hour work week. People expect vacations, and everybody's stepping up to the plate. You've got line cooks with the average wage on the island at $19 an hour. I remember when we first started talking in workforce development, it was like, you got to get to the wage that these welders are making. Well, now line cooks are making more money than welders.
We partnered with the Gateway Initiative and the Alabama Community College System to produce training for both the restaurant and hospitality industry. The resources that Gateway brought to that program were amazing. They basically were responsible for putting it all together.
The J1 program, a connection we have made through Gateway Initiative to students in a hospitality program in Jamaica.
Western Hospitality Institute, which is out of Montego Bay in Jamaica. They have around 60 to 80 students enrolled in this hospitality and tourism university.
The students are working on their associate's degree, their bachelor's degree. They're looking for more hands-on experience. It's almost like doing an internship.
2 of our businesses in Orange Beach have conducted interviews with these students from the Western Hospitality Institute. We started working on this earlier this year, and now we are in the process of contracts with these students, and hopefully they will be here by February.
The Gateway Initiative serves a major purpose that the Chambers of Commerce weren't originally set up to do.
The Chambers of Commerce had not had workforce development employees designated to do just that.
Workforce is the most important thing to all of the businesses down here.
We need people to work. We need workforce.
Workforce is and will continue to be the most pressing issue from an economic development standpoint that we face as a community.
OWA has just expanded their water park. They added over 200 people. Their outdoor water park will be opening this spring. There is a resort hotel that will be coming to OWA that will generate jobs. We have several new restaurants, several hotels that are on the books. Not to mention our construction industry. We have 4,000 apartment units on the books, over 2,000 homes. Let's not forget our new $200 million hospital that's under construction right now. Once the new hospital is open, I'm sure they will be adding people too.
We estimate that we are currently 6,000 to 8,000 individuals shy of providing the level of customer service that our tourists expect. With permits currently let for businesses in our area, that's an additional 4,000 to 6,000 people that we will need. And how are we going to do that?
We have positions available in all areas of the hotel, from purchasing, accounting, front of the house, back of the house. We have a full engineering staff.
Our workforce shortage goes well beyond just the hospitality industry. Any local economy, and ours is no different, you have to have healthcare professionals, you have to have educators, teachers, doctors, lawyers, everyone that create the economy and the system within which we work.
If we don't do something to shore up our workforce, we will see people not as excited about coming here.
What Gateway is attempting to do is allow us all to staff at a level where we can welcome with a broad smile and open arms the guests that will be visiting the Alabama Gulf Coast each year.
Childcare is a very important component.
Childcare, right? One of the biggest issues where we see women dropping out of the labor force at an unprecedented rate.
We only have around 21 childcare facilities. Only about 1 or 2 of those facilities are licensed, and they're not full due to the lack of educators.
When you're working in the service industry, they don't work 8 to 5. They're not going home at normal hours. They work extended hours. So we need childcare that has extended hours.
We've been working closely with University of South Alabama for this Early Childhood Development Center. It is more along the lines of education and extended hour childcare.
We know that we can place 200-ish people who are not in the workforce currently in the workforce just by providing childcare.
One of the great things that the Gateway Initiative has focused on over the past 12 months is how do we address the housing crisis? Where do we put people?
People could come here from all over the world to work and do internships and do summer jobs, but we have nowhere to put them.
Right before I joined the Gateway team, Ed Bouchard had made a relationship with Michigan State University, and they had around 60 students that they were going to bring, and got through the whole process and then didn't have anywhere to put them.
It's something that people are facing nationwide for really 2 big segments of the workforce. Our entry-level workforce, especially when you're in an area that's growing and rising property values, as well as the ability to do talent attraction and bring young people in their community.
We made a connection and a partnership with a developer and Foley. They're building new houses and subleasing them just to workers. And so they understand the need, and they are being very helpful, and they want to continue working with Gateway.
A year and a half ago, a group of us got together and we're just talking about tourism as a shared community value. Out of that conversation, kind of sifted down that workforce issue. We started to develop this idea of a campus where we could house interim workers.
We're going to get a campus built. We're going to get a workforce development campus built here.
With the ARPA funding that is coming and has come, we felt like we had a unique opportunity to do something very impactful.
The city of Foley has 150 acres.
Don't have a name for it yet, so it's kind of the campus.
Where we will have a 4-year university or 2-year community college, other partners such as Auburn, student housing, transportation opportunities, and extended hour childcare.
Something that's never been done before in the United States.
The South Baldwin Regional Workforce Development Authority was formed on the last day of the legislative cycle this past year in 2022.
Since then, the board has been filled and leadership has been put into place.
Our organization, the Gateway Initiative, the 2 chambers, many businesses in the area, that organization is kind of overseeing and managing the project.
It has the ability to receive state and federal funding.
We have MOUs with Coastal Alabama Community College, University of South Alabama, and Auburn University.
The site plan developed, an economic impact study.
It's still conceptual, but we are moving at a much faster pace than I ever imagined that we would because of the dire straits that people are in.
Those of you who have invested in Gateway understood that there was something missing in our community. We thank you for your investment. With your support, it's amazing what we can do over the next 5 years.
We have supported the Gateway Initiative since the beginning, and we are committed to doing that again for the next 5 years.
I want to tell all of the Gateway investors a huge thank you for supporting this, for believing in us.
I can't stress strongly enough that if you are not an investor in this program, you should be, because you're in the same boat I'm in. You need people. And whether you're in the hospitality industry, the manufacturing industry, or the lumber industry, it doesn't matter. You need workers, and that's what Gateway does.
I just would like to emphasize how very important the Gateway Initiative is, not only to our chamber and our cities, but our region. The first 5 years have made incredible strides in working with our local businesses. The next 5 years are so important to sustain the incredible market, the great brand that we have here in South Baldwin County. So I just encourage everyone, please continue to support, participate, and advocate for the Gateway Initiative.